Hey ho, this is Chris from Rekkid Talk, and we're going to do a tag. Yes, there's another tag. Alex at Motoric247 has done it again. He did an experimental vinyl tag last year, and I actually entered it. And I'm really kind of a pretender. I'm very much on the edge of actually being able to show experimental avant-garde records, and by what you'll show this year, you'll be fully convinced of my lack of chops in this realm. But I decided to challenge myself with 7-inch records, so I'm going to show all 7-inch records. So he has 5 prompts, and I'm going to show a bonus record at the end as well. So let's get into it. The first category was something minimal, and so I'm going to show this record from 2009, Cold Cave. The EP is called Painted Nails. In case YouTube got mad because she's bare-breasted, I censored it. I know it's silly. And so there's 3 songs on this, sort of this smoky clear vinyl. Songs on the first side are called, first song's called Sex Ads. And so the lyrics kind of tell what will happen if you answer sex ads. I've seen the future and it's no place for me. Side B is always someone. So it's sort of a, since it's the minimal question, it's kind of a synthy, dark wave sort of record. Little research, Wesley Eishold and Amy Lee. I think there are a couple, not the Amy Lee from Evanescence, different Amy Lee. I don't know if she's the woman on the sleeve or not. They're from Los Angeles, and so this is on Hospital Productions Records, which I don't know much about. Second was to show something sort of dreamy, and so I'm going to show this record by this group called O+S from 2013. So the songs are called Flowers Turn to Fire and The Ocean Becomes the Sea. So those sound like nice dream poppy sort of song titles, and they are. And the record's kind of dreamy and pretty on sort of this maroonish swirly vinyl with the little hole in it. It's on a small label from Omaha, Nebraska, of all places, called Saddle Creek Records. And so you've got, it's basically kind of a chill, ambient, dream poppy record. The 2 main artists are named Cedric Lemoyne and Brenda Fink. And she's got those very dreamy, sort of Belinda Butcher-esque vocals going on in this record. The third is Animal Sounds, and I decided that I was going to break the rules and show one completely commercial record during this. And sorry, Alex, you can disqualify me. Wait, it's not a contest, it's a tag, but I'm going to show. So in an incorrect United Artists sleeve is this record from 1964. Showing the wrong side. By the Shangri-La, so the girl group from Queens, probably most known for Leader in the Pack. Probably their second most famous song is Remember Walking in the Sand. And I'm using this because in the song, they're singing about being on a beach, and of course they're sad girls, and there are seagulls going on. It's basically in the kind of the fade out outro in this single version. I know there's a longer version of this song that exists. The Aerosmith, I don't think, used the seagulls in their cover of this, and I'm probably the only person that's going to mention Aerosmith during this thread. How did Aerosmith get involved in the experimental vinyl thread? Let's move on. So the fourth prompt was Strange Beauty. So my O+S Dream Poppy record probably would have qualified there. But I'm going to use this record from last year's Sub Pop Single of the Month Club. So the group called Dummy. So this is another Los Angeles-based band. And so there are a couple songs on here. One's called Mono Retriever. Side B is Pepsi Vacuum. I actually like Pepsi Vacuum better. And so, if you believe Discogs, this would be alt rock / ambient / punk / shoegaze. I don't really see the punk or the alternative rock part of it. The ambient and the shoegaze, I would say I do see those more. So Emma Mottman, who's one of the members of the band, also did the artwork here on the cover. I think she does the female vocals on this. And so Dream and Strange Beauty, you can kind of flip-flop between these two. But then the last one, we want to see some cover art by a visual artist. And mine's going to be where the cover art's by a person who's a visual artist and a musician and a writer. I've shown this in videos before, but this is so Mecha Normal. This particular record came out in 2010 on K Records. Side A is called Malachi, and side B is called, what is side B called? Blue Sky and Branches. There's that K Records shield. And so, of course, you've got Jean Smith, who's one of the members of the group. She's kind of a proto Riot Girl. She's a visual artist as well. I think she mainly makes her living selling paintings rather than music. She did this painting here. And she also played piano and timpani on this particular record. And then her musical partner, David Lester, played guitar on this particular record. And so, and this was an international pop underground release recorded by Calvin Johnson at Dub Narcotic Studios. And so there you go. So the cover art by the visual artist, and either the dummy or the Mecha Normal would qualify there. And so now my bonus one is, I looked back at the video I made last year for this. I was showing full-sized albums in that. And one of the questions Alex had for us last year was to show something from the Nurse with Wound list. I actually showed Sonny Chirac last year. So I looked at the list again, and now the list, most of it's too far out there for my collection. It's basically the most famous people on the list who I have a chance of having something from. I was wondering if I had any 7 inches by anybody on the Nurse with Wound list. Actually, I had a few, so I'm going to show one of the ones that I have from the Nurse with Wound list. So this is the Japanese multimedia artist. She was in Fluxus. Her name is Yoko Ono. So this is a song she did in 1980 called Beautiful Boys. And this is actually a split single. So her partner, John, was a guy from England. He'd been in an English boy band. But we're mainly focusing on the Yoko Ono side with her song Beautiful Boys. And so that's because Yoko Ono was on the Nurse with Wound list.